Paradise City, Chapter 2. Cawford. Cawford felt an unexpected and unwelcome pang of anxiety as he caught a glimpse of Mount Mokoko, its peak aglow with malevolent red menace, the sky above it laden with ash and dust. His parents would be there, rushing headlong into danger. He slumped back into his chair and squeezed the armrests. They were napped leather. This distracted him from his dark thoughts. It helped his mother choose a new sofa and learn that, like passengers on a plane, not all leathers are equal. Cheap leather is sliced in half and covered with an artificial surface. The producers can sell twice as much, but the leather can't breathe. Napped leather isn't sliced and isn't covered. You can sit on it forever and it won't get sweaty. It wasn't only the leather that was reassuring. Everything about first class was as he'd always imagined, from the power sockets to the in-flight entertainment. Everything except the strange man who had called him an urchin. Mr. Rock was almost certainly not his real name. It was a name more suited to one of those fake wrestlers, but even fake wrestlers had real muscles. Perhaps he was in a band? Cawford snuck a peek at him. The man was more roll than rock. He was currently gulping at something with a gormless look on his face. The vacant eyes and the open mouth reminded Cawford of something. He remembered. He'd gone round to a friend's house to play Warriors of War, a detailed board game which had 20-sided dice and miniature figures and the opportunity to deal with death unto countless orcmen and dark elves. But then the friend had stopped the game and really insisted, that they sit on a sweaty leather sofa and watch an awful, mindless TV show. It's the final, he had said, as though that explained everything. On the show were some young people sitting and some older people telling them if they had been good or bad. One of the singers was a young man with straight teeth and triangular hair, and during his performance, the camera went close up on a girl in the audience. The expression on her face was exactly the same as Mr. Rock's. Cawford believed not only that good manners cost nothing, but that manners makes man. So he extended his hand across the aisle towards Mr. Rock. Mr. Rock was still in a trance, but must have detected the movement, for he blinked a few times and closed his mouth. His eyes locked onto Cawford's hand. I knew it, trying to pick my pocket, you little oik. I'm not trying to steal your wallet. I'm extending the hand of friendship. I'm trying to be polite. My name is Cawford. Pleased to meet you. Mr. Rock stared at the hand. Then he smiled slightly. You're one of those rotten overachievers. I get it now. Still, he made no move to shake Cawford's hand. He shook his head. Sorry, dude, but I can't be seen doing anything uncool. If I shake the hand of a little overachieving nerd like you, it'll be on the internet within 5 minutes and I'll lose my rep. He sniffed. Now, just put your grubby little stump away for a minute. I need to think afterward this. He brought his hand together with the tips of his fingers touching his lips. After a moment, he wriggled in his seat to face Cawford. Now, listen up. Handshakes, he declared, are from the past. You ever heard of the past? It's where you find tank battles, cravats, marionettes, good hip-hop, the Oxford comma, and handshakes. In the modern world, the world of today, the world of now, people greet each other in a variety of increasingly cool ways, but never with a handshake. Seriously, if I just press my hand into yours and move it up and down a few times, my portfolio will go down 10% as soon as the markets open. So there's this thing called society, yeah? A social contract. It says that when I'm old, little geeks like you will have jobs and pay taxes and take care of old people like me. But in return, I have to teach you stuff while you're a midget and make you a productive member of society. I mean, it's hard to imagine anything useful coming out of a head that small. But we live in hope, and that's the deal, so here we go. I'm going to teach you how to greet a brother. A brother? No diggity. Now put your hand up. Yep. But your hand isn't going to touch mine, see? What you do is, just before there's contact, you pull your hand back and click your fingers, and I do the same thing at the same time. Let's try. Right, that was awful. If anyone was filming that, my street cred will be off the hook. I don't think off the hook means what you think it means, said Cawford. Street language has probably changed a lot since Mr. Rock spoke over him. Do it again, but this time click at the same time as me. Cawford tried his best. Mr. Rock seemed satisfied. That's what I'm talking about. Now, here's what we do. When the stewardess comes back, let us see what a great guy I am, helping out a little orphan kid and teaching him how to be cool and not get bullied and everything. I think she likes me. I'm not an orphan. My parents are studying the volcano back there. He jerked his thumb. And I don't get bullied. I go to a private school where intelligence is admired, dead poets are studied, and Latin is very much alive. What volcano? I don't see any volcanoes. You know Lies cause planes to crash, don't you? It's 10 clicks from the airport. A click is a kilometer. My parents are volcanologists. Star Trek fans? No, they study volcanoes. We were on holiday studying Mount Mokoko. And yesterday, as we were packing, it started to erupt. The power company asked them to stay and bought me a first-class ticket home because term starts on Monday. Power company. Volcano. No Nintendo, senor. Entiendo. No entiendo. I suggest you don't let the stewardess hear you butcher her mother tongue. To explain, my parents are employed by a power company to research volcanoes, specifically how to harness them to generate electricity. One volcano could power a city the size of Mexico City. Mr. snorted. Well, there are 400 cities the size of Mexico cities and about 6 volcanoes, but nice try. There are actually more than 1,500 active volcanoes. It may be possible to get electricity from dormant ones too, and there's even more of them. Mother speculates there is enough latent energy in the ring of fire to meet the entire world's energy needs indefinitely. That's a place with loads of volcanoes in the Pacific. Shh, here she comes. Stop being a nerd, try and be cool.